Shall we begin?
I'm the librarian, and I came to read.
If you didn't notice from the videos and the pictures that I had been releasing this weekend, I went to DC. I got my life. I was strutting right in front of Abe Lincoln's needs to continue to sit his ass down like he been doing right there. And just watch me take over DC. That's exactly what happened, okay? I wanted to go see the African American History Museum, but the line was extremely long. I should have gotten a ticket a long time before I got into DC. But yeah, next time I go back, I definitely will go. I wanted to take a cute little break. I enjoyed myself. My bank account didn't, okay? She's looking at me like, okay, girl, you think you're real cute today, sis. We'll see about tomorrow. I saw too many Make America Great Again hats, especially at this one particular museum, the aerospace one I think I went to, and I saw them walking around. The middle schoolers were walking around there so motherfucking stank. Oh girl, I forgot how puberty smells. That shit was so motherfucking annoying. And then on top of that, y'all got the hats on top of y'all head. Oh, it was so annoying, bitch. Next time I go back, I do have to do a meetup, but I really did want to chill out and take a break. But I'm back, sis. I'm back. And before we get into it, make sure that you go to fullerculturepodcast.com because I was just texting Justin, so it should be up. There is a special Mother's Day edition of For the Culture Podcast, so you won't want to miss it. Let's get this party started. John Kelly, now sis, you are the White House Chief of Staff. And you went on to NPR to say a bunch of bullshit. While talking about immigrants, you said, but they're also not people that would easily assimilate into the United States. You know, you go on to say in the countries they come from, 4th, 5th, 6th grade educations are kind of the norm. They don't speak English. Obviously, that's a big thing, and they don't integrate well. And now if we do some research on your family, Mr. John Kelly, your great-grandfather's name was John DeMarco, and he was apparently a day laborer from Italy who spent nearly 2 decades in the United States before finally being listed as an English speaker in 1930. So I'm pulling the masks off you hoes. Y'all like to pretend, y'all like to act like y'all are high and mighty, but if we really, like I said, pull the mask off you bitches, we would see that even your own ancestors would not fit the descriptions or the qualifications that y'all have for immigrants coming into this country. So it don't make no goddamn sense, okay? Tammy, Tonka Truck, Bill Das Lauren was up on Fox News spewing the same type of bullshit. So just keep that same energy. Cause girl, all we have to do is look at a fucking, what was it that they got this information from? A 1910 census? It's not that fucking hard to find that shit. Girl, kiss my motherfucking ass. And you wanna know who else is telling y'all to kiss her motherfucking ass?
Not 1 second.
Miss Maxine Waters. Okay, she was apparently talking, what was she talking about? She was dragging the shit out of Republicans for trying to get rid of anti-discrimination policies in the automotive industry. And that old ass white man, I don't know what his name, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it to look it up. I don't even know his name, but he was just so angry. And there's a lot of people who are angry because they realize that the very thing that they built their power off of, we're starting to see like, girl, what the fuck? We see how you bitches change the history books. We see how y'all, have this double standard, and the truth is coming out. And so they're just getting angry because they don't know where the power is. Oh my God. Okay, Maxine Waters was saying, how dare you tell me as an African American woman what the fuck the T is on discrimination? If you don't sit your ass down somewhere, bitch. I mean, he was up there looking like Frosty the Snowman and melting all in the same, bitch. When he was asking, will you yield? Will you yield? And she was like, girl, I will yield not 1 second to you, not 1 second. And that's the type of voice, I love seeing those type of voices stand up for us in the government, because bitch, I don't know who else will. At this point, I don't know what else will give. And I know I was just speaking about Fox News, and since we're already on that topic, I wanted to talk about the fact that FDA employees were informed in an email that their TVs must be tuned to Fox News per order of the administration. So keep your eye on small things like that, because when you're in a government building and you're not allowed to change the news station from one to the other, and you want all the monitors to be displaying Fox News, girl, that is dangerous ass propaganda built as state TV built as territory, okay? That's all I'll say on that, but I'm just saying, watch those things. Let's just talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because I already made a video saying that, okay, if y'all are gonna call the cops on us, y'all need to be fined if it's some bullshit. Okay, as I said in my previous video, if y'all are calling the cops on us because of the stereotypes that are swimming around in your empty-headed ass minds, you need to be directly fined, and then money comes straight to the people you fucked over, okay? Because there's no telling what type of effects that will have after the fact. I'm talking about this bobblehead shape ass, this black family was just barbecuing where everybody else barbecues. They were setting that shit up, and she was just harassing. We can't even cook. We can't even cook and have a cute day in the park, bitch. Damn. And she was just, you see her standing there like I was told by Applicare that she could walk in the store and shoot the black. That's exactly what she was serving on the motherfucking floor. I was told by Applicare, these niggas are having too much fun. Now wait a minute. Y'all are getting a little bit too happy. I don't know what's going on. Back in my day, you niggas just shut the fuck up. And now y'all are over here barbecuing and cooking and shit. What's going on with that, bitch? Y'all are happy to be alive? Oh no, man, I'm calling the motherfucking cops. Now let me tell you, the most fucked up part about this whole situation is the Taylor Swift syndrome. That's what I call it, okay? The Taylor Swift syndrome. And it's when white people are the aggressor, but when the cops show up or when it's time to be held accountable, you're gonna start crying.
Okay, you back
I
up.
would like her to see the card that she stole.
Yes.
She started crying right next to the fucking police car. I was like, what type of crazy shit is this shit, bitch? And if you're not the one who's really analyzing the situation, you will start to feel like you're the one who's crazy. No, sis, it's not you, sis. She just called the cops on you and now she crying, bitch. Am I living in a motherfucking Twilight Zone, bitch? Am I living in a motherfucking Twilight Zone, bitch? No fucking man. And she needed to take her Panda Bear built ass right on out of my off my screen. I don't want to see none of that bullshit. The Taylor Swift syndrome will have you wanting to punch people in the motherfucking face, and they do that on purpose because they know that if you react, it will legitimize their claim in front of the police. So it's like you can't win for fucking losing. They know exactly what the fuck they're doing. Crying as soon as the police get, girl, you know you fucked up. You know you tried me. And now I got to just relax. I got to breathe. I got to, do my count to 10 exercises so I don't choke your ass out. And then they use that and put me in jail. Like, it's too much. And as much as people say, oh, well, racism is in the past, bigotry is in the past, y'all need to get over it. Racism and bigotry is what these white people are counting on when they call the police. So they know it still exists because they know they can't call the police on anybody else for that bullshit and it actually be effective. They know that there is a chance that we will be treated unfairly and or locked up and or killed. And that's why they do that shit. That's why they call it in the first place. So for y'all to be pretending like, oh, these issues don't exist in America, y'all know they do because that's the only reason, that's the very thing you're counting on when you call the police, is for us to be treated unfairly. You know that, and that's why you dialed 911, ho. And bitch, I want to say some really fucked up shit right now, sis, but all I'm gonna say is, sis, the bell is something you would not be saved by if I was in a boxing ring with your ass, and that's all I'm gonna say. I think it was a few months ago when I first dragged Nicole Arbor, right? The way that her name is set up, I know I must have said that her face was constructed like a harbor, especially with this shipwreck built ass career that she has going on. I know I must have said it. And it's really accurate because she is giving me Carnival cruise ship Titanic in the motherfucking face. Nicole Harbor is what I'm calling your ass. And I can jump from Nicole Harbor to Nicole Pier because it looks like somebody is fishing off your face, you know what I mean? I can call you Nicole Pier because I know that the way that you look, I know you smell like a bunch of sardines. I can call you Nicole Pier, Nicole Harbor. Okay, like I'm going fishing, bitch. And before I even talk some more about what she has going on, this is one of the reasons why we took, after my initial response to Childish Gambino's video, talked about it more extensively in our For the Culture podcast. And I was just like, I had to be honest and say that based off of Childish Gambino's audience, white ass, dirty van wearing audience, you know what I mean? Oh, wannabe, angsty, frat boy built ass audience that he has, that I was very afraid of how this would be taken and how this would be fucking memed up. And here we go. Nicole Arbor, and she's not the only one, but Nicole Arbor ass really went up there and tried to give us this is America, and I just wanted her to take that C out of America and just add the 3 Ks like they belong. And of course, there's no other reason why she's doing this other than to get attention, to get a reaction. Some people's careers are built off of authenticity. Some people's careers are built off of them truly being themselves and them educating themselves and being aware of what's going on, presenting something of substance to their audience. Other people may have millions upon millions of subscribers and still are floating through, producing nothing, producing a bunch of nothing, videos full of air, okay? Content full of zero, okay? And I mean, you can decide who you want to be in life, Nicole, and the rest of you bitches. You can decide if you want to be a fucking creator that doing a bunch of stupid and a bunch of nothing for the rest of your life, even if you have trillions of people watching your ass, or you can choose to get your shit together. Either way, I know it must be a really shitty life to have to constantly produce things to get people angry in order to be even seen. I can imagine it must be so exhausting. Meanwhile, other content creators are out here sitting their ass down and just talking, and girls are interested. You know what I mean? So if you want to have a reactive periodic table science experiment built ass career, go right ahead, sis. Because what happens with that shit, when you pour fucking baking soda and vinegar, get a girl, that shit blows the fuck up. And I'm just gonna wait, like it has happened to everybody else that I have ever talked about. I'm just gonna wait for the downfall. That's it. I guess for this last segment, I'll talk about Azealia Banks and Cardi B. Now, when Azealia went up onto the Breakfast Club and said certain things, I had to admit that she did have a point. But it's only certain things that she said that she had a point. But also, I cannot forget the fact that Azealia Banks has been walking around here calling people tar babies. Azealia Banks has been walking around here telling people to bleach their motherfucking skin. Azealia Banks has been and continues to be extremely irresponsible and problematic. And the reason why I'm going to continue to be hard on her is because by the way that she speaks, you can tell that the woman is smart. You can tell she's smart, so there's no reason for her to be as careless as she has been and continues to be. Azealia, yes, you have made some cute points. I can be honest, when you make good points and when you sound like you know what the fuck you're talking about, but Azealia needs to get her shit completely the fuck together for me to even take her seriously, and that's that on that. But I really do hate when Azealia Banks does one Google search and puts one fucking decent paragraph together. Y'all act like the people who are still skeptical about her are skeptical about her for no reason. I don't like when y'all do that, okay? Yeah, that's all I wanted to say on that. Nicole Harbor, okay? How are you constructed like a lifeboat, but you still can't save your ugly ass, fucked up ass spirits? Just swim the fuck along. Have a good goddamn evening.